All right, awesome. What's going on? It is Tuesday, October 3rd. All right, guys. So, I mean, do I even have to say it out for you? Yesterday was a pretty freaking good day in the market, to say the least. All right, let me see here. 720p. Everybody can hear me. Everything looks good so far. Yes. All right, sounds like a plan. Alrighty, so good morning to you, Steve. Good morning to you guys as well here joining us in on YouTube. So glad to be here. As always, I got one, two, three, four, like 5 or 6 stocks, right? So let's just first go in and start talking about ECY or ECYT. So first off, we're gonna take a look at ECYT. What's going on, Mark? What's going on, Ivan? Glad to see you guys in here. So we're going to definitely hit ECYT pretty hard. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? We all know what's going on with that one. So it only makes sense to kind of start off there and then work our way down the list. Because, you know, with the volume and the hype that ECYT has going on, it only makes sense to focus our attention there first. And then if things fall apart there, then we can move elsewhere, right? You know, so if ECYT doesn't continue to be awesome, then we move our focus elsewhere. All right, so let me go ahead and start sharing my screen for you guys. One second. All right, let me pop up. Not that, that's the wrong thing. 1 second. Bam, that's what we want. We want the stock charts. All right, so let's go over, take a look at ECYT. Alrighty, sweet. Let me go into here and end this real quick. It's too much going on. All right, solid. So it actually looks, what kind of news do they have this morning? Development new drug. So it even looks like they may have some news this morning as well. Yeah, so it looks like there's even news this morning on ECYT, which is probably further catapulting that price upwards. So I mean, let's just look at it, right? We know yesterday it went from $1.62 and now it's all the way up to $6.07. So once again, there was a member in here, or you know, somebody in the chat room who called out ECYT yesterday, and I blew past it. You know, I didn't have enough time to really look it over, but whoever that was that called it out yesterday, fantastic job. All credit goes to you. You did a very well job. So anybody who followed that gentleman's call, fantastic. You know, I didn't, and I played some few other things, which is okay. But long story short, we can't, you know, find them all, but good job to that gentleman. All right. So, I mean, this is very simple for ECYT. It's very plain. It's very simple. It's clear cut, really. All right. So let me zoom in. All we have to do for ECYT is look for a move over 6. It's clear that the ECYT has resistance in the $6 area. It first seen resistance right here, okay, and it finally broke through that, but not very strong, and now it's seeing resistance right at $6. So it's possible we'll see it break over $6 and continue to run today. But you got to think to yourself, right? So ECYT is already up. I honestly have no clue. 1 second. It's up. How much? It's up like 300% from yesterday. So imagine if you were the first person in the stock yesterday, would you not sell it as soon as the market opens? Probably. So there's a good chance that people are going to sell as soon as the bell opens for ECYT, causing a big drop in the price. Okay, so bought it into a good call on ECYT, selling got sold. Yeah, so like Ortiz, like honestly, you know, the best way, so for anybody holding ECYT right now, the best advice that I have, and this is what I'll do whenever, and I rarely ever hold positions overnight, but if I do hold a position overnight and it makes a move similar to ECYT, where it kind of just spikes up and then it keeps running, right? What I'll do is I will set a stop loss, not at the low, because the low's too far. So for like example, what I'll do is I'll set a stop loss in place so that if the price breaks a certain level during the bell ringing, and as soon as the market opens, if the price starts dropping, I'll automatically sell my order through a stop loss. But if it starts to spike, I cancel my stop loss and I sell into the initial morning spike, or maybe I'll sell half of my position. All right, I'll sell half and then I'll let the rest ride. So for those of you holding ECYT, I don't want to tell you how to do it, but if I were in, what I would do is set a stop loss maybe at around, honestly, this is what I would do. I would set a stop loss somewhere in the $6 area, or maybe like $5.90 area, right? So I would, exactly, the volume is so high that the float it's going crazy, right? But what I would do is set a stop loss maybe 590, even 580, okay? And if the price drops, hits your stop loss, then you're out. But if it doesn't, and we have that initial morning spike where it can spike up maybe another 20, 30, 40 cents a share, and you're already holding overnight, and for those of you that are restricted under pattern day trade rule, you can sell into the initial morning spike, sell half of your shares, right? Maybe sell half or 3/4, locking in all that money that you've already made. And then from there, you can let the rest 25% of your shares, or maybe half of your shares, continue to ride out, so that if it does continue upwards, you're still in that move and making that money, but you're not actually you're not even using a day trade because you've held overnight, right? So since you've held overnight, you could sell half, you could sell a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, you could sell a quarter all the way up until all your shares have been sold, right? So that's how I would do this. If you've already held overnight, I would personally put a stop loss so that if it starts to tank out of the gates, then you sell your shares and lock in your money. Or set the stop loss in place, hoping that we get an initial morning spike, maybe 20, 30 cents. Hell, I don't even know, $1 possibly, right? This thing's nuts, right? So maybe we get that dollar move and you sell half of your shares, and then it'll probably experience a pullback. And then from there, you could let half your shares ride out, because you don't have to worry about wasting a day trade or using a day trade if you've held overnight at this point. So that's personally what I would go for, right? That's how I would see it. But I honestly do feel that it's probably going to drop out of the gates, right? Because it's up 300%. People have made a shit ton of money. I would sell. As soon as I see red, I would sell probably. So, but the idea here is you can have a plan in place that if it doesn't completely sell off, you can still make more money through what I just explained. All right. So with that being said, that pretty much covers ECYT. We're going to see if the stock can get over $6. It has like a 41. It's got a 41 million share float, and that may be a little bit off right now, but the float's pretty high, but the volume is so high that it's completely blowing the float away. So yesterday traded 55 million shares of volume, which is well above its float. So 41 million shares of volume, on average traded 1.2 million. Alone yesterday traded 55 million. So it's an absolute runner. Oh, no, it shouldn't be. All right, so let's go over the next one on my list. So obviously ECYT is going to be the first on watch. Now, I am still watching HMNY. I'm only going to run over this briefly just to kind of explain to you that HMNY is finally seeing those red days that I've been anticipating for quite some time, right? So if we look at the daily chart, just go back to the daily, you'll see, as I've been explaining, that the price is really extended off the 9 moving average, right? So it's very extended. HMNY is very extended from support. So essentially, if you were to buy to go long right now, you're putting yourself at a major risk because you have more to the downside than you do the upside at this point. So for me, again, like I said, I'll be looking to short HMNY once again today. I shorted it yesterday. I'll be looking to short again today, and it's setting up very nicely. So for those of you that are long, I would consider maybe even locking in profits at this point, or if you're thinking about taking a position on HMNY, I really wouldn't consider it as a go-to right now. So for my game plan, I'll probably be looking to short HMNY below $2 or $12.50. So that's my short play here for today. All right, and then next one down on the list is ATEC. All right, so it looks okay. All right, so ATEC has a 9 million share, or sorry, 6 million share float, average volume of 95,000. Yesterday traded 1.4 million, so it's still thinly traded. But I do see that it could potentially have a good day today. If you look at the daily chart, it just broke out from, you could call that like its monthly high. It just broke through its 200 moving average, okay? And it had a very solid green day, okay? The only near price resistance is going to be somewhere in the 390s. 390s, $4 range. So considering all that, we have to get over $3.30 today over the previous high of day for this to continue running. It started to look a little weak going into after hours trading. There is no pre-market action right now. So just keep it on watch. I'm not saying it's going to be all gold, but it's okay. It looks okay. It may be slow. It may be a slow runner. It could be something that may end up being better for like a swing trade. But again, just keep an eye on ATEC. All right. Share that. So yeah, a lot of times, and that's the thing, right, Earl? So a lot of brokers don't have shares as short. So that's when it comes down to finding yourself a broker that's pretty flexible on shares as short. I use a broker from the UK. So my broker comes out of the United Kingdom, and I love them. So, I mean, I'm actually still waiting on my new account from them to be funded. It's taken them way too long. I thought I would be trading back live trading with my real money this Monday, but that didn't happen. So now I'm just playing the waiting game, and I'm checking my email like a crazy man because they're going to send me my information through the email. It's TEFS. It's actually a broker that is ran or kind of partnered with Mayor Brock, one of you could say a stock guru. It's actually a broker kind of through him and through TEFS. So it's a cool broker. I mean, you guys can check it out. But as far as execution speed goes, it's one of the best. As far as platform fees go, it's super cheap. As far as the commissions you pay per share, it's like $1.50 to $3 per, or not per share, sorry, $1.50 to $3 per transaction. I have never once ran into an issue where I couldn't find shares to short. And I mean, that's basically it. That's bottom line. Execution speed's fast. Platform fee is cheap. The trading commissions are cheap. Never have I ever once not found shares to short. There are rules in place for them. They don't really trade pre-market because there's not enough liquidity. And they, what else? You're not allowed, it's like you're not allowed to trade or short a stock that doesn't have a minimum of a 500,000 share, or sorry, yeah, 500,000 share volume average for the past 3 months. So TEFS or Colmex, really, it's powered through the same thing. Colmex, TEFS, it's same platform. Just honestly look up Colmex, as the gentleman Chris just said right there. So Colmex, no pattern day trading rule because it's not located in the United States, so it doesn't have to abide by the shitty pattern day trader rule, which is also really there in place to help you guys or new traders, really. So I can't bash the pattern day trade rule too extensively. All right, so ATEC, pretty quick. I mean, it was pretty simple. We're just looking to get in over the previous high of day. And then CRMD was the next one I had on the list. Now, I know I'm kind of breaking my own rule here a little bit because it trades on it's pretty light volume, not too light. I don't really want to say it's light volume, but on average, it trades about 800,000 shares of volume. It looks as if yesterday it traded 9 million shares of volume, but it's just kind of choppy. But there's just something I want to point out, and I think it's worth maybe keeping on watch here, is that if you look at the daily chart, you'll find, oh, please don't slow down now. There we go. So if you look at the daily chart, you'll see that it just broke out from like a couple, like was that 1, 2, like a 2-month high. And it's just starting to break out, just broke its 100 moving average, and now it's on its way moving up to the 200 moving average. So there's still some wiggle room up until the 200 moving average, which can give us like a 30% profit target. But again, you know, we're just gotta wait and see how it plays. The only way we can actually play this or see value in taking a position is if we can break through pre-market high of 75 cents. And as of right now, it doesn't look like it's gonna want to do that. And there's another reason, because most people are probably focused on ECYT. ETRM, I'll take a quick look now. All right, ETRM. All right, 1 second. I got to run through some comments here. So Ortiz, good job of buying ECYT yesterday. Mark, yep, you might have the right idea there, buying the dip. I mean, dude, it is so very possible for ECYT to break and just keep running. I mean, the volume's insane, right? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you could get bad slippage. It's possible if it moves too fast. You're right. If it moves past your stop too quickly, you could get crushed, in which it almost may make sense to try and put in a market order as well. So, of course, the spreads are getting bigger, okay? After yesterday's trading, they know tons of people want to trade ECYT today. That's why they're making the spreads insane, okay? It happens all the time, right? I notice it on stocks that I short. When they have a huge red day and they get shorted, they really get shorted, then the market makers recognize that and they anticipate that more people will play it the next day or more people are going to trade it the next day, and then in which they make the spreads larger. Basically, they're assholes is what they're doing. Let's see. ETRM. So we're definitely going to hop on, take a look at ETRM. Let's see, H has jumped 5 cents. Okay, so cool. Honestly, I don't. All right, I mean, I guess I do kind of have a favorite pattern. I mean, my favorite patterns are bull flags. I like bull flags. I like micro pullbacks. I like flat top breakouts. I like ascending triangle breakouts, descending triangle breakouts, pennants, bear flags, bull flags. I already said bull flags, bear pennants. I guess I kind of like double tops for shorting sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of spot them and know them, but yeah, for the most part. Let's see. All right, so ETRM, I was kind of slacking there. Sorry about that. So ETRM, looking at this one, I don't know. Does it have news? I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's see. Files AK. Okay, so that's good for them that Benzinga released news this morning. Here's another thing just to point out. Whenever on Thinkorswim and you're going through the news section or the news feed for the whatever, released about that stock that morning, if you are ever going through that news and you see a capital B, capital Z before the news or before the press release, that means it came from Benzinga. Okay, and Benzinga is a reliable news source. So with that being said, you're probably going to have more follow through, or more people will respect that news release because it's coming from a reputable source, right? Yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at. I've never bought UGAZ. I've never actually bought DGAZ. I mean, this is honestly, I think yesterday was the first that I heard they're an inverse of each other. So personally, I would not buy, if any stocks are an inverse of each other, you would never want to buy both, because then you're basically betting against yourself. And if one wins, the other's going to lose. So you wouldn't want to do that. So let's see. Back to ETRM. It had some news this morning, but here's the thing. You got to think to yourself that more people are probably watching ECYT. I haven't looked at it recently. It's still doing good. It's okay. It doesn't look strong right now. It actually looks pretty weak. But then again, I've seen stocks like this do this all the time, and then they bounce back. So I think everybody's eyes are going to be on ECYT. But here's the thing. If ECYT quickly turns red and starts selling off, everybody's attention is going to flee from there. All the bulls are going to run, and then they're going to try and go find something else that is the next or most appealing. Okay, so that's where we're going to run our momentum scanner and try and find something intraday, right? ETRM, yes, like ESPN mentioned on YouTube, ETRM is fading away right now, so it doesn't look as promising. If you look at the 5-minute chart, you'll realize it had a huge upper wick, which basically tells us that it wasn't holding that high price point of 245, all right? And then once again, for all of you guys watching in on Facebook, if you ever want, you're always able to channel in on YouTube where you're actually able to see my screen share, where you can see the stocks that I'm going over live and whatnot. So I really personally feel, let me run another scan, see if something has changed. All right, give me a second here. That's not the right scan. All right. Okay, so ECYT is still up, VICL, cool, ETRM. Okay, so VICL. VICL is just choppy. It doesn't, it's probably going to end up dropping out of the gates. It's looking pretty weak. All right, so cool. What's the news on this? Okay, so this might actually be interesting. So, yeah. All right, we'll definitely take a look here at RIGL here in a second. I would even keep cool Nah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's always got light volume, so I don't know. I'm not even gonna mess with that one, honestly. All right, let's take a look at RIGL real fast. Let's see. I think I was just talking for a while without moving on the chart, so it may have looked like it froze, but it really didn't freeze, so my apologies. So let's see. RIGL, yeah, that looks pretty weak right now. It's definitely not holding up. It's choppy. I wouldn't really mess with that. CATB was another one mentioned. Okay, so CATB, this is strong. All right, this looks good. I would recommend potentially playing CATB. I mean, this is pretty obvious what it's doing. It's curling up. If you look at the daily, all right, let's look at this daily right here. You see where I have this line drawn, that was previous resistance the stock just hit. Now we're coming back up to break through that area, and we're right now at, so we have to break 290s to, so this is the way you got to think about it. Clear resistance is at 290, but you have the $3 mark right above it. So it's hard to say. Right, so you could get in for the break of the previous high of day resistance, 290, but then you only have 9-8 cents till you hit $3. So you're playing the risk game right here. Okay, do you want to try and get in and earn yourself 8 cents a share before hitting strong resistance at $3 and then get shut down, or do you just want to wait till we approach $3, take a position over $3, and this is on CATB? That's probably what I would do. I think I would just wait it out, let it break $3, and then I'll get in. If the morning spike, is going to happen, it'll probably, if the morning spike happens and it breaks $3, we're probably gonna, pop up 310, 320. And then we'll be extended, and then we'll see a pullback. So if you're going to get it over $3, look for a quick move where you're only grabbing 10 cents, 20 cents a share. And don't be greedy, because I'm telling you, these things, they go down much faster than they go up, and you get caught in the backside and you get slapped in the face, and it sucks, right? So you don't ever want to do that. I feel like I've been talking for forever, but we still have 5 minutes. This is insane. It's weird, actually. I thought I'd be over time by now. Hey, Leo, shout out to you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, as always, I appreciate it. So yeah, I honestly, just kind of recapping some of the stuff here. so for those of you on, well, I got a couple minutes. I'll try and run through these last ones and give you kind of a good little analysis as best I can. SKLN for Ramiro. SKLN's pretty dead. There's not a lot of volume, so we want to focus the attention towards stuff that has volume, and right now that's ECYT, CATB, NETE has been mentioned. Let me take a look. What's up, Sean? How you doing, boss man? NETE. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't really, I mean, NETE can have a good day. It can have a day where you make some money, right? But on the flip side, if you look at the daily chart and you look at the 1 year chart, recently it's been doji, really back and forth. So it's not giving us a clear pattern chart direction. So you're really putting yourself into a risky pool, right? Of people that don't know what they want to buy, don't know when they want to sell, and it's just causing the chart to go like this, kind of back and forth, and it's getting really choppy. And then you just get chopped up and rolled into a sushi roll at that point, and then you get eaten up. So you don't want to do that. All right. ITUS, bro. Jay, dude, no problem. I mean, like, you know, doing this, I mean, this, I would be doing it either way. Every single morning, I would just want to be talking, right? So this, for me, doing this to you, for help everyone, it doesn't, to me, it's cool. It doesn't, you know, it is what it is. I do this shit every morning, and, you know, I'd rather be talking to people than to thinking to myself, or I guess I could be jamming out to some music, right? But either way, you know, I do this every morning. I'll be doing this probably for the rest of my life. You know, I go to school for finance and economics, but at the end of the day, I'm only doing that because I started school. I don't really anticipate working for anybody ever, besides myself. And so I do this every single morning, so it's really no problem because, you know, this is just what I do. So I have a good time doing it. So with that being said, I think I'll do a quick little short recap. Look at the ones I mentioned. ECYT, how are you looking? Let's go. So yeah, ECYT, it's still putting up a fight. It's still in that $6 area, right? It really has to break through $6, $6.07 to continue running to the upside. And right now, it's struggling to do that, right? We're at 585. It's a 3-cent spread, so not too bad. I could justify trading a 2-cent, 3-cent spread, right? So it looks all right. It's still looking kind of weak. It's got to get over $6. It's possible we'll have a wash out of the gates, and then we can make a red to green. That's very well possible too. So again, just keep it on watch. It does look okay. Thank you, bro. Thanks. All right. Geology major so far. Yeah, dude. Sean, you are anything but, yeah, geology major is quite it's quite far from finance. But here's the thing, anybody can stock trade, right? You know, it doesn't take actually calculating anything, really. I mean, a little bit, right? Just basic math that we all pretty much learn in elementary school and middle school, right? So basic math, right? And then, you know, just some type of common sense and knowledge. You can build some type of knowledge on it. But, you know, stock trading's always been made out to be the world's hardest thing to do in the world, right? And sure, it's scary as shit, you know, and you Google, you know, what it is to be a stock trader, and then you look at images, and then you see some dude that looks like some goddamn wizard sitting in front of 19 computer screens with charts that literally look impossible to figure out what the hell's going on, because you've always been taught in school that charts and diagrams are calculated percentages, and you have to do all this mathematician. So in your head, you're thinking, how in the hell is this dude keeping track of all these charts and all this shit? And it's really, when you get used to it, it's quite simple. So, right, right. So that's really all I got for you guys today. So again, we'll keep a look at ECYT. I know a lot of you may not short anything, but if for some of you that may short, definitely keep HMNY on watch for a short. It is a low float stock. It can be very, very crazy. So be very cautious when shorting that. ATEC, like I said, the last two, ATEC, ATEC, is it looking good or is it not? No, ATEC doesn't look so hot anymore. I wouldn't really focus on that. CRMD, is it holding up or no? CRMD isn't holding up. So really, I would just focus so far on ECYT. And what was the other one? Who mentioned it? Who mentioned it? Oh, why can't I remember it? Where is it at? I got to go through my recents. And CATB. CATB, definitely worth watching. All right, so as you can see, it hit resistance 290 again. Or wait, yeah, it hit resistance clearly right at 290. So we know 290 is clear resistance. Got to get over that, right? So, all right, so that's all I got for you guys this morning. You know, this morning actually kind of started off a little slow for me. My scanners weren't working as they should have been, so then I was kind of having to do some like weird analysis trying to find some stocks. So the analysis this morning wasn't quite normal as it usually is. So some cool updates, I guess you could say. I'm actually spending some money on a new camera for you guys on YouTube, so I think that the video quality will be better. I'm definitely getting some new internet, so we're going to be pumping at like a minimum of 60 megabytes per second, and then the upload speed I can't remember. So that should all, in general, make the video quality for you guys a little bit better. And then as well, I'm going to invest in a desk microphone, so that way you guys can actually hear me a little bit better. So there's some things I'm working on so that the video quality and the sound and everything's much better. It just comes down to basically getting the shit and hooking it up, right? That's what it always comes down to, just doing it, right? So again, as I stated yesterday, guys, you are trading stocks on the world's major exchanges, so be proud of yourself. Don't, you know, sell yourself short thinking that you're not doing a great job. It looks like a Chinese movie. Damn right it does. So again, you're trading stocks on the world's major exchanges. You're either running with the bulls or you're fighting with the bears. It doesn't matter which one you are. But just know you've literally entered a game where people have been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. Institutional traders trade millions of dollars. So again, you're coming into a fun place, a dangerous place, and you know, it all comes down to how you have a game plan set up and how you plan to attack it, and sticking to your self-made rules, because we all know that most oftentimes you lose money when you break your own rules, right? So that's all I got for you guys, right? So I will see you tomorrow. We don't have a lunch break recap today. I have school to attend, unfortunately, but it is what it is, right? So I got school, and then I will see y'all on tomorrow morning. And then once again, I got my disclaimers made for one-on-one tutoring. So I made a Facebook post. If any of you guys feel you need the one-on-one time, like you can't put it together from all my videos or maybe Ricky's videos, and you guys just can't figure it out on your own, try it on your own first. If you really feel that you need the extra help or you can't figure it out on your own, then of course, let me know and we can work. We'll sit down, do a one-on-one tutoring session. We'll figure it out from there. But that's only if you can't figure it out yourself, because there's no reason to go out and spend the money if you really can figure it out yourself. It just might take a little bit more work, right? So try and figure it out. If you can't, find me on Facebook or however, reach out to me. We'll exchange emails, and then we'll get going. But other than that, you guys have a good day. I will see you tomorrow morning, and hopefully the markets stay hot and we keep getting exposed to this fire. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow morning, guys.